Have you ever wondered why so many seniors pass away after the age of 80, even though the causes mostly come from just a handful of things? Once you reach this stage of life, there are powerful reasons that can't be ignored. Take a real example. Mr. James, now 81, still has enough strength to take a morning walk around his neighborhood in Dallas, enjoys balanced meals, and stays independent despite his age. On the other hand, Mrs. Linda, also 81 and living in Chicago, must visit her doctor frequently due to health issues that make her life far more limited. The difference between men and women after 80 is rarely just luck. Instead, it's often the result of 8 major causes that every senior must understand. These hidden factors quietly decide whether an older adult can continue living with strength and independence, or face frailty and dependence. According to doctors and researchers, nearly 99% of deaths after 80 come from these 8 things. In this video, we'll uncover the most common health risks seniors face after entering their 80s. You may be surprised, because some of these habits and factors seem simple, like not drinking enough water, poor eating habits, or ignoring foot health. Yet the impact on your health, strength, and independence can be enormous. So the question is, how can you protect yourself and avoid these silent risks? What must you change in your daily habits so your health stays strong, your body remains active, and your life can be longer and more meaningful? Stay with us until the end, because the answers may help you take small but powerful steps. Remember, once you recognize the risks, you can decide the best way to protect yourself, remain independent, and safeguard your future in the years ahead. Now, let's begin this journey together. Number 1. Cardiovascular disease. One of the most common causes of death after the age of 80 among seniors is cardiovascular disease, problems involving the heart and blood vessels. This makes sense because, as the years go by, the heart muscle stiffens, blood vessels lose their flexibility, and fatty plaque builds up inside the arteries. Left unchecked, these changes increase the risk of heart attack, heart failure, or dangerous rhythm disturbances that can end a life suddenly. Take this real-life example. Mr. Robert from Houston, now 82, still keeps up a daily walking routine, drinks enough water, follows his doctor's advice on blood pressure, and watches his diet to be more heart-friendly. As a result, he can still climb stairs without too much trouble and rarely feels short of breath during light activities. By contrast, Mrs. Susan from Boston, also 82, once lived an active lifestyle, but now often feels chest tightness, gets tired easily, and struggles to breathe even after short walks. She frequently forgets to take her blood pressure medication and rarely goes for checkups. These differences highlight a crucial truth. Healthy habits like Robert's keep blood circulating smoothly and the heart strong, while neglect, like Susan's, makes a senior far more vulnerable. This is why cardiovascular disease remains the #1 killer for both men and women in their 80s. Here's the simple science: when arteries narrow, the heart has to pump harder. Over time, this weakens the heart muscle. If that happens, the risks of cardiac arrest, stroke, and congestive heart failure rise sharply. The good news is that heart health can still be protected even after 80. If you monitor blood pressure, manage cholesterol, stay physically active, and pay attention to your eating habits, you can add years of vitality to your life. Ask yourself, do you find yourself getting winded even on short walks? Do you feel unusual chest discomfort or fatigue you didn't notice before? If so, these are warning signs you must not ignore. The habits you choose matter. Even light daily walks of 10 to 15 minutes can make a big difference. Following your doctor's prescriptions without skipping doses is a must. Number 2. Sepsis from infection. After the age of 80, one of the most dangerous threats to senior health is sepsis, an extreme and life-threatening reaction of the body to infection. At this stage of life, the immune system is no longer as strong as it once was. That means even small infections, things that might have been easy to overcome when younger, can quickly turn into a deadly crisis. Consider this story. Mr. George from Chicago, age 84, is a senior who pays close attention to his health. He drinks enough water daily, keeps his skin clean, and never hesitates to call his doctor if something feels off. Once, he developed a urinary tract infection, but because it was detected early, treatment was started right away, and the bacteria never had the chance to spread into his bloodstream. On the other hand, Mr. William from Dallas, also 84, often ignored small warning signs. He used a catheter without proper hygiene, and even left a small sore on his lower back untreated. One day, he suddenly spiked a high fever, felt weak, and his mind became confused. By the time his family rushed him to the hospital, doctors confirmed the infection had escalated into sepsis, spreading throughout his body. The difference between George and William shows just how fast sepsis can strike. When bacteria enter the body, the immune system sometimes overreacts, triggering massive inflammation that can lead to organ failure. The most common sources are urinary tract infections, pneumonia, and untreated wounds on the skin. For seniors who sit or lie down for long periods, pressure sores can become a dangerous entry point for germs. Once sepsis sets in, even with intensive hospital care, recovery is often difficult. But the encouraging news is that there are things you can do to avoid it. Simple daily habits are your strongest defense. Drink enough water to keep the urinary tract clear, care for your skin by changing positions regularly, use cushions to reduce pressure on fragile areas, and keep your mouth healthy to stop bacteria from traveling to your lungs. Most importantly, you must never delay seeing a doctor when signs of infection appear, no matter how small. Ask yourself, have you recently experienced burning during urination? Do you have small wounds on your feet, hands, or back that seem slow to heal? Have you had unexplained fevers? If yes, these are warning signals you must not ignore. What seems minor today can become life-threatening tomorrow. Sepsis is dangerous because it often comes silently and strikes quickly. But awareness and vigilance are the best weapons. If seniors learn to listen to their bodies, maintain cleanliness, and number 3, cancer. After age 80, cancer remains one of the most common causes of death among seniors. This illness rarely appears suddenly. Instead, it often develops slowly and quietly over many years. As the body grows older, cells undergo countless changes, and once someone reaches their senior years, the risk of these changes turning dangerous increases dramatically. Take the story of two 81-year-old men in Boston. Mr. Richard, a retired teacher, made a habit of regular health checkups. He followed his doctor's advice, avoided smoking, and stayed alert to even the smallest changes in his body. When he began to feel unusually tired and noticed changes in his bowel habits, he went straight to the hospital. Luckily, his issue was detected early, giving doctors the chance to treat it effectively. On the other hand, Mr. Thomas, who had run a local market stall for decades, always brushed off medical visits. He thought his fatigue, weight loss, and persistent cough were just normal things that happen after getting old. Sadly, by the time he finally went to the doctor months later, his cancer had already spread widely, leaving very limited treatment options. From a medical perspective, the explanation is clear. As the years go by, DNA errors in cells happen more often, while the immune system becomes less capable of repairing the damage. That's why cancers such as lung, colon, prostate in men, breast, and even blood cancers are more common among seniors. Early signs are often subtle: sudden weight loss, unusual bleeding, chronic cough, or drastic changes in energy. But these small signals are warnings you must not ignore. So, how can you protect yourself? First, never skip regular screenings, even after turning 80. Simple tests, like stool exams or imaging scans, can reveal hidden dangers before it's too late. Second, pay closer attention to your daily habits. If you smoke, quitting is a must. If you drink alcohol, do it in moderation. Eating nutrient-rich foods, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins, can strengthen your defenses, while avoiding fried or processed foods can reduce stress on your organs. It's also essential to listen to your own body. Do you feel exhausted even after just a short walk? Do your feet or legs swell? Number 4, respiratory disease and pneumonia. Breathing may feel automatic, but after age 80, many seniors face a serious risk from respiratory illnesses. Chronic conditions like bronchitis or emphysema, combined with a weaker immune system, can easily open the door to dangerous infections, pneumonia being one of the most common. Consider two women in Chicago. Mrs. Margaret, an 83-year-old retired teacher, has always been careful about her lungs. She practices breathing exercises daily, never skips her flu and pneumonia vaccines, and makes sure to eat while sitting upright. She even stretches every morning to keep her chest muscles strong. In contrast, Mrs. Helen, also 83, often eats while reclining, struggles with swallowing, and puts off her vaccinations because she dislikes going to the doctor. One winter, a simple chest infection quickly turned into severe pneumonia, and she had to be hospitalized with oxygen support. These stories highlight an important truth: respiratory health in senior years is not something to ignore. Over time, the muscles around the chest weaken, and the lungs lose their ability to clear mucus efficiently. That means even small infections can overwhelm the system. Simple things, trouble swallowing, dry mouth, or acid reflux, may cause food or liquids to slip into the lungs, leading to aspiration pneumonia. And once infection takes hold, recovery after 80 becomes slow and uncertain. Many seniors never regain their former strength. From a medical standpoint, the explanation is clear. Oxygen is the fuel every cell needs. If the lungs can't deliver enough, other organs start to fail. But here's the good news: even after 80, your lungs can still be protected. Vaccinations for flu and pneumonia are a must, providing some of the strongest protection available. Good oral hygiene reduces harmful bacteria that might slip into the airway. Sitting upright during meals, drinking enough water, and avoiding heavy dinners late at night are simple habits that help prevent aspiration. For those already living with chronic lung conditions, learning to use inhalers correctly is one of the most important things to maintain independence. Ask yourself, do you find it hard to catch your breath just by walking across a room? Do you often wake up coughing at night or struggle to swallow food? Have you received all the vaccines your doctor recommended? If not, these are warning signs you must not ignore. After 80, keeping your lungs healthy is just as critical as caring for your heart or keeping your legs strong. Number 5. Dementia-related complications. Dementia often isn't the direct cause of death, but the complications that come with it make this condition one of the most common reasons seniors over 80 eventually lose their lives. Memory loss and increasing confusion slowly rob a person of their ability to handle basic daily needs. The result? The body becomes vulnerable to infections, malnutrition, dehydration, and even accidents at home. Take two men from Boston as an example. Mr. Richard, now 85, was diagnosed with dementia early on. Thanks to strong family support, he has a structured daily routine, meal schedules prepared in advance, and reminders to drink enough water. Because of these habits, he can still walk safely in his yard, enjoy fresh air, and maintain some independence despite his diagnosis. On the other hand, Mr. George, also 85, ignored the early warning signs. He often forgot to eat or drink, left the stove on, and no longer remembered his must-take medications. Over time, his body weakened, infections became frequent, his weight dropped sharply, and eventually, he fell into a state that could not be reversed. From a medical perspective, this makes sense. The brain controls everything: swallowing, balance, even remembering when to take medicine. When cognitive function declines, the body's defenses collapse too. Difficulty swallowing can allow food or liquid to enter the lungs, leading to aspiration pneumonia. Forgetting meals or water leads to dehydration, malnutrition, and overall frailty. A lack of movement increases the risk of pressure sores on the feet and back, or dangerous blood clots. Together, these complications drag a senior's health further and further down. But here's the good news: quality of life can still be improved, even after a dementia diagnosis. A consistent daily routine reduces confusion. Soft but nutrient-rich meals help keep the body strong while lowering the risk of choking. Caregivers can encourage drinking at scheduled times to prevent dehydration. Light activity, like short walks or chair exercises, supports circulation, which benefits overall health. Medical guidance and community resources also play a vital role, ensuring safety, supervision, and social connection. Now ask yourself, have you or a loved one shown signs like frequent forgetfulness, trouble swallowing, or unexplained weight loss? Do you dismiss them as just normal parts of aging? If yes, be careful. Ignore. Number 6. Falls and hip fractures. One of the most underestimated causes of death among seniors over 80 isn't a disease, it's falling. A simple slip in the bathroom or tripping over a rug in the living room can result in a hip fracture. Once that happens, it often triggers a sharp decline in quality of life. Consider two women from Chicago. Mrs. Linda, 82, practices daily balance exercises, wears sturdy shoes, and keeps her home free of clutter. She feels stable while walking, and even if she loses balance briefly, her body is strong enough to recover safely. In contrast, Mrs. Carroll, also 82, has weaker leg muscles, takes several medications that often make her dizzy, and leaves items scattered in her living room. One night, she trips over the edge of a rug, falls, and suffers a hip fracture. Surgery is performed, but recovery is slow. Unfortunately, she never regains her previous independence. Within a year, other health issues start to emerge, sharply reducing her quality of life. Medically, this is easy to understand. As we age, bone density decreases and muscles lose strength. A hip fracture isn't just painful, it often leads to prolonged hospitalization, infections, blood clots, and permanent mobility loss. Losing the ability to walk frequently triggers a downward spiral that after time can significantly increase the risk of death. The good news is that most falls can be prevented with awareness and the right habits. Many risks hide in everyday surroundings, from loose rugs and dim lighting to medications that affect balance. So, how can you protect yourself? Daily strength and balance exercises are crucial, even standing on one leg for a few seconds helps. Make your home safer, remove clutter, secure rugs, and install grab bars in bathrooms. Review medications with your doctor to identify any that might compromise stability. Nutrition is important too. Adequate protein and vitamin D help strengthen bones. And non-slip footwear can dramatically reduce the risk of slipping. Ask yourself, have you felt unsteady when turning quickly? Have you nearly fallen while walking at home? Are there areas in your house that feel unsafe? If the answer is yes, it's time to take action. Falls and hip fractures are indeed among the major causes of death after 80, but they don't have to happen to you. By improving balance, strengthening your body, and creating a safer home environment, you can maintain independence longer. Remember, mobility is the foundation of autonomy. With proper prevention, your life can be stronger, healthier, and longer. Number 7. Stroke. Stroke is one of the leading causes of death among seniors after the age of 80. What makes it particularly dangerous is how suddenly it can strike, often without warning. A stroke occurs when blood flow to the brain is blocked or when a blood vessel bursts, causing permanent damage. At advanced age, the risk increases due to high blood pressure, diabetes, and irregular heart rhythms, all conditions that become more common and more severe over time. Consider two women from Miami. Mrs. Helen, 84, regularly visits her doctor, monitors her blood pressure diligently, and takes her heart medications on schedule. She remains physically active, practices balance exercises, and follows a healthy diet to support good circulation. In contrast, Mrs. Laura, also 84, often forgets her medications and ignores recurring symptoms such as dizziness or headaches. One afternoon, she suddenly struggles to speak and notices weakness on one side of her body. By the time she reaches the hospital, significant brain damage has already occurred, leaving her dependent on others for daily activities. This comparison illustrates that strokes are indeed life-threatening, but many can be prevented. The brain relies heavily on a steady supply of oxygen-rich blood. Even a few minutes of disruption can cause brain cells to die, leading to paralysis, memory loss, or even death. What makes strokes particularly insidious is that early warning signs are often overlooked or dismissed until it's too late. You must pay attention to your body's signals. Sudden numbness in the face, weakness in an arm or leg, or slurred speech is not trivial. These are emergency signs that require immediate attention. Doctors use the FAST acronym to help recognize stroke: face, drooping, arm, weakness, speech, slurred, time, seek help immediately. The good news is there are actionable steps to reduce your stroke risk. Keeping blood pressure stable is crucial. Properly managing heart rhythm and treating atrial fibrillation can prevent blood clots. Light physical activity, short walks, gentle stretching, and balance exercises keeps blood circulation flowing smoothly. Diet also matters. Focus on fresh, whole foods, reduce salt intake, and increase fruits and vegetables. These habits help maintain flexible blood vessels and steady blood flow. Ask yourself, have you experienced unexplained dizziness recently? Has your grip weakened or your steps become unsteady? Do you rarely check your blood pressure or delay following your doctor's advice? If so, don't wait. Prevention remains possible, even in your 80s. A stroke can change your life in an instant. But by taking care of your body, staying disciplined in your health routines, and making wise small choices today, you can protect your independence, extend your years, and maintain a healthier, more resilient life. Number 8. Frailty Syndrome. Frailty is one of those hidden yet highly influential causes of death after the age of 80. It's not a single disease but rather a condition in which the body becomes extremely weak. Even minor stresses, like a mild cold or a short hospital stay, can trigger a sudden and serious decline in health. Take two women from Boston, both 83 years old. Mrs. Emily maintains a balanced diet rich in protein, takes short daily walks with her neighbors, and keeps a small set of dumbbells by her chair for light exercises. Her body has slowed down, but she still retains enough muscle and energy to recover from minor health setbacks. In contrast, Mrs. Linda has lost her appetite, often skips meals, and spends long hours sitting. Gradually, her muscles weaken, her weight drops, and her stamina diminishes. When she catches a mild flu, her body lacks the reserves to bounce back, turning a minor illness into a major threat. Scientifically, frailty occurs when muscle mass, nutrition, and energy levels decline simultaneously. This leaves the body without the natural buffer it needs to handle stress. Common signs include slower walking, persistent fatigue, recurring pain, and unexplained weight loss. Once frailty sets in, the risk of falls, infections, and organ failure rises sharply. Many dismiss these changes as normal aging, but in reality, they are critical warning signs that must not be ignored. The good news is that frailty does not have to be inevitable. Even in your 80s, you can fight back by building strength and resilience. Simple steps include making protein a regular part of every meal. Eggs, fish, nuts, or tofu provide the building blocks for muscles. Light resistance exercises, like lifting small weights or using resistance bands, stimulate muscle growth. Staying well hydrated supports circulation, and small daily movements help preserve energy. Social connections also play a vital role. Eating with family or friends encourages better nutrition and boosts overall morale. Emotional support can reduce mental stress, which often worsens physical decline. Ask yourself, are your clothes feeling looser even though you're not dieting? Do small tasks tire you more than before? Is it harder to get up from a chair than it used to be? If so, these could be early signs of frailty syndrome that must be addressed. Frailty signals that the body has lost its natural reserves. But with consistent, small daily habits, healthy meals, regular movement, and light strength exercises, you can strengthen your body, maintain independence, and enjoy added years of meaningful life. Every nutritious meal, every step, and every light workout is an investment in a safer, more energetic, and dignified future. Final thoughts. Now that you've learned about these 8 major risks that most commonly take the lives of seniors after the age of 80, it's worth pausing to reflect on your own situation. The reality is that many deaths at this stage are linked to heart and vascular disease, stroke, cancer, respiratory illnesses, dementia complications, falls and hip fractures, sepsis, and frailty syndrome. It sounds heavy, perhaps even frightening, but here's the good news: many of these factors are still within your control. Your body always sends signals. Simple choices you make today, whether it's taking a few steps with strong legs, eating protein-rich meals, drinking enough water, or seeing your doctor when something feels off, can significantly influence how your life unfolds in the coming years. Ask yourself, do you feel energized and confident, or are you noticing subtle signs slowly undermining your health? Remember, even small changes can have a lasting impact. Keeping your blood pressure stable, scheduling regular checkups, practicing balance exercises, and paying attention to diet and sleep quality are tangible steps to strengthen your health foundation as a senior. You are not powerless against these 8 risks. You can and must take preventive actions. Don't wait for a crisis to occur before making a change. Start now. Monitor your daily walking pace, hand grip strength, sleep and appetite patterns, stress levels, and maintain strong relationships with your loved ones. These are the essential health habits that nothing else can replace. Longevity is not a secret, it is the result of discipline, self-awareness, and a consistent commitment to caring for yourself every day. Thank you for staying with us until the end. We want to hear from you. Share in the comments what you found most valuable in this video, and how you plan to apply it in your daily life. Every comment inspires us to create more content that helps seniors live healthier, stronger, and happier lives. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with those close to you. Your support allows us to continue providing vital information that every senior must know to protect their health, independence, and happiness. Until the next video, take care of yourself, nurture your body, and keep moving forward with confidence on your own 2 feet.